I did it on the group. Oh no,
Okay.
yeah, I did it on my page too. I did it on my
Okay.
page.
Yeah, I was thinking I would share from your page.
Midas.
Try and murder.
Yeah.
Carson.
I just packed my clothes for a few days. A few days. A few days. Schedule say I got shows for a few days. A few days. A few days. I'm hoping it's gonna be sunny for a few days. A few days. A few days. Either way, I gotta get this money for a few days. A few days. A few days. I just packing up clothes. Probably packed for more than a few days. And I've been dying to wear these new J's. I got my hat, shades, and toiletries. I'm about to eat, take my order, please. The smell good, be designer. Put some respect on my name, cause I be ringing bells like a Shriner. Now I'm on one and I'm turning up. And you can't cool me down, I'm burning up. Why would you wanna do that? Stay close to the fire, it's keeping you warm. I'm about to get out of town. Run me the bread, I get paid to perform. Meeting new strangers, calling me friends. Keeping it real, no need to pretend. Show sold out, packing that too. Keep holding it down, I be packing up clothes for a few days. A few days. A few days. Schedule say I got shows for a few days. A few days. A few days. I'm hoping it's gonna be sunny for a few days. A few days. A few days. Either way, I gotta get this money for a few days. A few days. A few days. I just packing up clothes. Ooh, no shortcuts. Might have seen no shortcuts. Really give you motivation and a little bit of inspiration. No shortcuts. Me and the boss ain't easy. Every day somebody needs me. It's no shortcuts. I wake up stretched, say a prayer, coffee and then some fresh air. Time to get it poppin'. I got a fresh 24. Hopefully I'm blessed with plenty more. Meanwhile, I'm thankful for the fire on the inside burning. I keep earning as the world keeps turning. The thing about life is you never stop learning. Hoping everybody Maxwell, Vernon. You make a plan, then you stick to it. Even in tough times, get through it. So get to it. And make sure your family's straight. We going worldwide, you understanding me, mate? Providing a platform where like minds can meet. Closed mouths don't get fed, want everybody to eat. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Tuesdays at noon, let's all get rich. It's no shortcuts. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the No Shortcut Show.
I forgot who did that joint there. Actually, I got to go back and look. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a while since we have done this. We trying to get our rhythm back. You know what I'm saying, guys? Come on in. Come on in. It's been let's get our stamina back and all of that good stuff. You know. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have been on a brief hiatus since I guess the last week of June, right? And the following week was the 4th of July, and Famous has been being a family guy. No relation to the cartoon. We all been, chopping it up and shaking and baking this summer. So it's glad to be back, ladies and gentlemen. We've missed you guys. We've missed being able to, congregate on Tuesdays at noon. But it's good to be busy. My guy Patrick Amundsen Audio. Yes, sir.
Thanks for watching on YouTube too.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. Actually, and I think we're about like 82, 83 subscribers on YouTube. So we're slowly approaching the first 100, and shout out to everybody in our No Shortcuts community, the group. I think we're at about 680 something over there right now. So while we're shouting everybody out, whether you're joining us on Facebook, whether you're joining us on YouTube, whether you're joining us on Twitch, Instagram, or catching a replay on Apple Music or Spotify, shout out and welcome if you're a first time listener. And ladies and gentlemen, as we go through our preliminaries and intros, let us know where you are tuning in at, where you're located. We just like to do a little roll call. Shout out to my mom. I saw you pop her comment up while we were on the standby screen. Much love to my mother. Thank you for joining us. Still got that perfect attendance. I think I see a comment from Mr. James Masters, former guest of the platform. Welcome. He says, hello, community. Welcome back, fellows. Good to see the show up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We decided to show up and get the show up.
We've been on a little holiday, man, but we just wanted to come back and say what's up to everybody, let you know we still here, getting through the summertime vacations. We've had lots going on around the house with the families and the kids and all that, but we're about to ramp back up pretty soon. But we're here today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're here today. We hope everybody's been having a wonderful, summer vacay or whatever, you may be up to since we have last congregated. Yes, Bob, thank you so much. But I will say, man, the summer has been busy for myself as far as the chairman of the board and the executives. And shout out to DJ Sticks, Josh Walker, member of our community. Yeah, I got a chance to meet him in person on the 4th of July at our concert down in Charleston, and it was hot. Shout out to my brother who also came, and his family, my sister-in-law and my nephews and my niece, and some of the kids on her side, on my sister-in-law's side. So we've been shaking and baking, ladies and gentlemen, so we hope everything has been great with you guys. Hope you guys have been being safe. And, thank you for joining us today, taking a moment out of your day, not counting it robbery, to come have a chat with you guys from the No Shortcuts community for the next 45 minutes to an hour. So we might need to reintroduce ourselves for the first time listeners.
They know who we are, don't they?
Well,
it's on the screen.
Well, looking at your side, you're more than just a DJ. You're also the co-host and producer of this platform. You're a digital media strategist. You're an event coordinator. You're the only guy that I know that has a German Shepherd that speaks Spanish. But ladies and gentlemen, and he's also producer of podcast Women Worth and Weddings, the Travel People podcast. So I could go on and on, but we don't want to take up the whole show.
Shout out to them. We're gonna be shooting Women Worth and Weddings actually this afternoon at a new location, so be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be nice, little surprise coming up on that front, because just like we've been off from shooting that show as well because things have just been crazy, schedules,
wedding season and all of that.
Getting back into it today, and we'll hopefully be shooting 3 or 4 episodes in one batch.
So I was there when y'all was shooting a couple of episodes, and for those that don't know, I was the first guest on Women Worth and Wedding. Is that correct?
So far there's only been 2 guests. The 2 hosts of the show pretty much do all the heavy lifting. So far there's been 2 guests of Women Worth and Weddings, and both of them have been men.
That's perfect. You gotta have balance.
Actually, I was a guest. The last few that we shot, I was a guest actually being interviewed, but I haven't put it out yet.
But got to go ahead and put it out, man. But I remember being there when you guys were shooting after my episode. You guys were gonna shoot another, so I was behind the scenes, kind of seeing how the production goes and all of that good stuff. So shout out to them. Shout out to the ladies of Women Worth and Weddings. You know what I mean? The friends of the show.
Shout out to Juan, Travel People podcast as well.
Juan, big shout outs to Juan.
Cruise planners.
He's got a lot going on, man. I've been seeing his posts and everything. So he keeps, putting what do we call medals on his sleeve. So shout out to him, man. Shay is very inspirational, and I really enjoy that part of the community, and I always encourage not just us, but everybody. If you have something you want to share, whether it's an update or an accolade or something that you've been, that deserves a congratulatory remark or two, feel free to share within our community. And that's what we're here to do. Network and grow together, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what your industry may happen to be. Famous does a lot, with podcasting and weddings and DJing, and I'm musician, artist, into production on the music side. But you don't have to be from the field of music. You can be from whatever industry, and we're here to network and grow together. So we appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all that you do to help our community grow.
Amen to that. See who else is checking in the Facebook groups?
All
I
right.
can't see
Yeah.
that.
I told Famous I gotta see if I remember how to do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Who else we got here? My brother is here. All right. All right. Shout out to former guest of the platform, Mr. Matthew Hardison, my brother, CEO of Smooth Sales. He's been doing big things, with the online store. And if you want to show up and buy some products in person down in Florence, South Carolina. That's the new bicycle horn. Yeah.
Trying to remember how to do this.
The Patrick over here in the Facebook feed now. Big shout outs to him. DJ B is here. Brian Park from Park Place Entertainment. He says he's pulling up on the corner of Famous and Midas and Park Place. All right, man. Sounds like the ultimate.
It's a 3-way stop sign.
Yeah. We need to add one more street and make it an intersection.
Yeah. What's up? What up, DJ B? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
He's got
big
some
shout outs to him.
On. I saw his one page.
That's what I was. Okay, go ahead. You got it.
He got a 1-page spread on the on the newest upcoming edition of the Local Life magazine. So that's going to be something to look out for. Shout out to DJ B on that.
Yeah. And I had the pleasure to do the theme song for Park Place Entertainment. So, big shout outs to him, man. Everybody's doing big things. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to drop your business links in the comments or any contact information, or if you got any type of promos or updates, feel free to drop it in the chat while we're here. This is a live interactive chat. So not only will DJ Famous and I be chatting, but feel free to drop your comments. We will acknowledge them, as well as feel free to chat amongst each other. We keep the convo rolling just like that. So let us know what you got going on. Even if you want to just let us know what you had for lunch or having, depending on your time zone. Nothing?
Nothing yet. I'm going to heat up this leftover spaghetti after we're done.
Okay. Did you make it?
I made it last night. I made this garlic spaghetti last night.
Okay.
A little bit left over, so that's going to be lunch.
The thing about making spaghettis and pastas is that it lasts you more than just a meal. So actually, we did that last week. My son and I made some spaghetti. Now I don't know about the garlic. Is that just a little extra garlic or something?
No, it's just the sauce. It's a garlic, olive oil and garlic sauce instead of like a meat sauce or a red sauce. It's
just
olive oil, garlic, little recipe I've been perfecting over the last few years.
All right, so we need to add chef to your title as well, huh?
I just like to eat.
Yeah. You got to, man. You don't want to work hard, not play hard. Speaking of chef, you were at Corks, Cooks, and Books with former guest of our platform, Miss Shanali. I had the opportunity to entertain there, but you did the anniversary party. What was that?
They had their big anniversary party. It was two weeks ago on a Thursday night, and it was cool. It was cool, man. We had a good time. Went up there, played some music for them and the crew, entertained the masses, and of course, it was supposed to be like 5 to 8 or 5 to 9. I forget what
it went over.
We talked about, but then of course, towards the later end of the night is when everybody really starts feeling it. And
that wine kicked in.
all those corks. So then, they asked me to
forget the books
to stay a little bit over.
Yeah. But
I stayed over, did like an extra time. It was cool though.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to, pad the stats a little bit, sprinkle a little something in the tip jar, we can work it out. Which reminds me, there was a wedding that Brandon and Stevens and I did on a Sunday afternoon, right? And this particular week, I almost told him, if it wasn't Brandon, I would have told him I can't do it. Shout out to former guest of our show, Mr. Brandon Stevens, my mellow groove brother. But anyway, this particular week, I think I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows. I might have had a Wednesday something too. And of course, we had the podcast on Tuesday, church on Sunday. Then the wedding was Sunday afternoon. I was dog tired. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
went on. We did our set and everything. So in casual conversation, our set was ending, and I think it was like an hour or so. It wasn't very long, so that's why I was going to do it. The pay was worthwhile. But anyway, so the bride is like, "Can you guys play a few more songs? I'll pay you for it." But we played a few more songs, packed up, didn't think nothing else about it, and then a couple of days later, Brandon pinged me with the Cash App. I was like, "Oh, I'm glad she kept her word. We certainly appreciate that."
Sometimes they
Because you
don't,
hate that.
man. I ain't gonna say my man's name, but there's a wedding I did a couple years ago now, maybe last year. It might have been last year. But I mean, I met he and his now wife at a bridal show, and we really
Yeah.
hit it off. And they hired me, and then he actually ended up referring me for another wedding, or another guest that was at his wedding ended up hiring me too. So it worked out. But
Mm-hmm.
I remember distinctly, he told me that night, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna send you a Venmo for a nice tip. We're gonna send everybody's tip, all the vendors. We're gonna send everybody's
Yeah.
tip via Venmo, blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
And he didn't do it.
I ain't seen nothing of that tip. He's still, and then I seen him
Wow.
at the next wedding I did that he was there too.
Then
I
you
ain't say
hate to
nothing
bring it
about
up,
it, but I
right?
was yeah, I ain't say nothing about it. But I was like, yo, I think about it, yo, Mike, that tip, that Venmo never came through. You still need my link? You still need my
Yeah,
code?
yeah. So it puts you in an awkward
Yeah,
position when somebody and they might
yeah,
forget or whatever. Because I forgot on in this instance
hmm
until he said and then I was
yeah,
like, oh, she did say that. Then if you don't want to be in a position where you're packing up and you say, hey,
right,
you got that
yeah,
extra such and such, you gonna
yeah,
it kind of puts you in an awkward position. But if you need me to
yeah,
contact the guy on your behalf and pose as like management, I'll work that out for
yeah.
you. I'll
Yeah,
work
let's
that
do
out
that. It
for you.
only happened, I think it's only happened twice where someone said they were going to do something like that and then they didn't do it.
Mm,
Sometimes it'd be a few
yeah.
days later, like what you said. And then I'm
Mm,
surprised that they do it. But I
right.
remember two instances where they said they were going to and then it just never happened. And
Uh,
it's all
yeah.
good.
So
Probably
the
charge the right rate
lesson.
up front.
But then they ask you to do extra, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's
of
the only
course.
discrepancy. So we just want to say with that, this is a teachable moment for those that may be
Hmm.
listening. If you have booked entertainment and you say, "Hey, will you guys play a little extra?" That means you got to pay a little extra. So don't just say it and
Absolutely.
not do it. And it's very
Yeah,
simple. Very simple. Mean what you
absolutely.
say what you mean.
Yeah. Another time, a guy told me after the wedding, I was packing up and stuff, and he was like, I can, he's like, I think his options was like, I can send you something later on in Venmo, or if you about to leave, I can do it later, or if you can wait, I can go get some
I'll
cash,
wait.
from my bag and in the dressing room,
Yeah,
whatever. I was
definitely
like, yeah, I'm
wait.
still gonna be here. I'll be here a while. I'm still
Yeah,
packing up.
I actually got a couple more trips, so I know it looks like I'm leaving, but I'm not
Yeah,
totally
I'm
done
not.
yet.
Yeah,
So I have
we're good.
time. I got a couple more trips.
Because people forget. I mean, it's their wedding
Yeah,
day, and they're all. He was very
all over the
drunk and
place.
happy. So I was
Oh
like, yeah,
yeah,
I'll still be here for a little while. So I waited.
yeah. We'll wait if we have to, and
Yeah, I'm
that
not.
just gets it taken care of. We don't have to wonder and
Gets it
wait
taken
and
care of.
like all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, but and ladies and gentlemen, in case you didn't know, we don't have a guest for today. We are just catching up. We were gonna have Miss Davy Davenport, founder of www.davi radio on, but she had some things come up. We're gonna catch up with her next week. And also shout out to LA Lim for recommending
Hmm.
her to us. That's the station he
Yeah.
works under. And shout out to him for playing my music over there on the West Coast. And Lim
Yeah.
just had a birthday too. He
I
had a
think his
birthday a
birthday was
couple.
like yesterday or something. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know it was a day or two ago. So shout out to our
Yeah.
guy, Mr. LA Lim, And ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen,
man.
what's going on in the comments?
Yeah. While you
How
check
y'all
that, I was
doing?
just gonna say I'll be
Yeah, go
excited
ahead.
to talk to Davy because interested in getting some of her inspirations as far as getting into the online radio
Mm-hmm.
business and stuff like that. So that's going to be an interesting conversation for sure. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be coming up next
Facts.
week, yo.
Yeah,
What's
and we're
happening
gonna
out
have
there?
our guy. We're gonna have our guy if all schedules align, and back to school is coming up. Famous and I were talking in our virtual green room
Not
before
coming
we
up soon
came on.
enough.
Yeah, well, it's coming up because my summer has flown. I've been all over the
Yeah.
place, but we got meet the teachers next Tuesday. So school
You
and then
also
school
just
for
have
my.
one kid though.
And it's
Yeah,
enough.
these
Yeah,
three being home all summer, it's
yeah,
like summer
yeah.
is 19 weeks long.
Yeah, hey, you gotta be more careful. Yeah,
Yes,
one is
sir.
listen. My hands are full with
Yeah,
my one. How many? You say three?
yeah.
Yes, sir. You got it. Hey,
Yeah, and
I
they're
tip
so
my
close in
hat.
age, like we planned it that way for them to be that close in age, but still, it's just a
Yeah.
lot. Summer, everybody's hot and tired, and we tried to split it up by going on some mini vacations here and there.
Hmm.
Then some things happened with my wife's job that we weren't able to go away as much as we would have wanted to because she still had to kind of be in some places kind of
Yeah.
every other week or something like that. So
Yeah.
we've been trying to keep them entertained, man. A little week this,
Yeah.
week of this, a week of that, a little this camp here, this is
Lots.
going on
Yeah.
this week, stuff like that's happening. Yeah, and like
Gotta
Matthew
have.
said, man, the grocery bill is definitely going up for sure.
Yeah. He's got three too. One is in
Hmm.
college, has been home, but he has two
Yeah.
other children. So yeah, it is to eat, and then kids need clothes, school supplies, all of
Yeah,
that good
buddy.
stuff. You want to get them some nice kicks. So I was telling my son we're gonna do a little shopping next week. And shout out to my Aunt Flo who called me yesterday. What does
What up, Aunt
Isaiah
Flo?
need for his school supplies? And shout out to my family. They always
Yeah.
always chime in and check and see what he needs, and they help me out with that stuff. I don't ask, but I
Hmm.
appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Appreciate it. It just
Yeah, that's
helps lighten
awesome.
the load. So they always think about him when it comes to that sort of thing. We got some comments to read. We're not ignoring you
Go ahead.
guys. Let's
No,
see.
no, go for it.
DJ B says no lunch yet. Prepping music for this wedding down in Charleston this weekend. Okay, you putting the Hawk
Oh, that's
tour on every track still?
we got that. We got the Hawk Tour remix to everything.
Yeah. He showed me the Carolina Girls thing.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. James Master says I should mail you some fresh grown oregano. Oh, I guess with your
Yes, let's
garlic
do that.
spaghetti. And
We
mail me
have we have
some
a
too.
hard time. We have a hard time growing stuff out here, James. It's too. I know where you're at, it'll be better, but we're in the super hot. So my wife grows. We'll do basil and cilantro and some other herbs as well. And it
Hmm.
just gets so hot and dry all the time. We can't really keep it the way we would like to. Right now, she has some tomatoes coming through, and she just picked like 50 tomatoes off this thing. So that's been
Fresh
good. But a
tomatoes.
lot of the herbs, we haven't been able to keep them up the way we would want because the climate is just
Hmm.
so crazy. But yeah, send me some
Yeah.
of that Ohio oregano.
Yeah. He have to DM you his address, James.
Yeah.
Brian Park says, strap up, famous. DJ B.
No worries.
It's too late.
No worries in that department anymore. We 47, we
Uh,
decided we're done.
yeah. James says, three kids for him, 20, 18,
Mhm.
and 16. Okay, James.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well,
Mom
I'm just
says,
talking about the ones that's in the house. We're not even talking about
oh,
the ones that don't live here.
yeah. It's got a blended
So,
blended family situation,
yeah.
Famous is,
Right.
yeah, he's like the Godfather, just
Yeah,
the
man. I got
Godfather of fathers.
my second grandchild on the way next week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's gonna be
He's
exciting.
busy. It runs in the family. My,
It really does. Because my dad has like
my,
16 kids too.
yeah, pretty. Oh
Buddy.
man, my mom says y'all better feed my grandchildren. DJ B says I
Yeah.
had to drive my son to Greensboro to get a Nintendo 3DS
Hmm.
just because he had to have one. You know how it goes, for sure. And Michelle, like we saw you Sundays. Hey, Midas, so good to see you this past Sunday. Always a pleasure to see you as well. I didn't get to speak to Everett, but tell him I said hi,
Hmm.
Michelle. Always a pleasure to see you guys. James says there's some Greek oregano and some Italian parsley. He says send me the address. I'll send you some. Says
Yeah,
all
let's do
mine
that.
is at
Let's do that.
home, and congrats on the grandbaby on the
Thank
way.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what we
and I
got
had a
going on, man.
yeah. And before we get into our mid year recap and future goals for the rest of the year, I had a shout out to a member of our community, Mike Goodwin. Man, I went to his comedy show in Greenville last Thursday because we had an off day, and I missed it the last time he came to the area, so I could have went to like Hickory or Charlotte, but we were booked those 2 days. So I just went down to Greenville. My son was at his mom's, and Mike and I have been chatting back and forth. So I had a chance to go check him out. Awesome, awesome, clean comedy show, guys. So if you don't follow Mike Goodwin, he's in our community, or you can look him up on Facebook, or check him out on YouTube. But he's got clips, on YouTube and everything. He's been on America's Got Talent, a few things. And I met Mike initially when I was at Winthrop over 20 years ago, man. When I say that, like when I start calculating my days when I was in college and I graduated from high school, I know that we in that middle age era, you know what I mean? But big shout out to him and his wife who helps him out. She's on the team, and they had their merch and everything set up. He sold out Greenville, and it was an awesome time. And his birthday was last week too. So on that very night, actually. So big shouts to Mike Goodwin. Happy birthday, and man, awesome show. I enjoyed it. Yeah, Ashley Kennedy is here. Hello, Ashley. Come on in, and you guys feel free while we're here. Feel free to share this on your own pages if you like, and always feel free to invite other friends to join our community, because we are all about networking, no matter what your industry may happen to be, your expertise.
Keep talking, man. I think one of my kids is looking for their iPad because they're FaceTiming each other. It was in my room. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No problem. We live, folks, and it's summer vacay, and the kids are at home, so we know how that goes. My son is in his room,
in the bedroom,
on his computer right now, playing. I think Crown Branch, some military type game. You know what I mean? But y'all come on in and feel free, like I said, to invite people. Not only share this to your own timelines, but invite people to your other friends who you think could benefit from our community to our Facebook group.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So we just wanted to kind of check in with everybody, see what your mid-year looks like, right? So we're right at the midway point of the year. I know for myself, I set a goal this year at the beginning of the year. That's what we should try to do, kind of set yourself up and something to shoot for, right? So I set a goal beginning of the year, and it was just, my goal was just based on what I did last year. So I knew what I did last year as far as the number of events I did and the revenue from that. And then I set the goal to be, X amount more than what I did last year. So it's always good to check in with yourself midway through to see how you're doing. Because I can check the stats from where I was at July 31st of last year, and that'll kind of help me gauge of, like, at this point last year, if I had, already done 35 weddings, but this year I'm only at 25, then that means, I may have to reevaluate and kind of see what we can do to get closer to that goal. Or there might be a good reason for it. I might be doing 25 but charging more.
Well,
so
that's what I was going to say, because
right.
I was just going to revisit that, because I remember you saying, I don't know if it was earlier in the year or maybe at some point last year, you were doing some pricing changes and things like that. So perhaps the changing to your pricing structure has enabled you to have, like, even the month of July, more of your family time. So that could be a part of that, or it could just be not as many people getting married this year. It's all kind of little X factors that could play into it. But but that's a good thing to do.
So far we're on pace. We're right on track, to do what we set out to. But like I said, there's always some room in there to tweak it when possible. Like, for example, the wedding I did last Saturday, that wasn't something that was, scheduled for a whole lot of time. It was just kind of came up last minute, like within a 6-week time period. They were getting married kind of last minute, doing a quick little backyard wedding. And I had a couple dates in the schedule that, I blocked off July, but then it ended up this particular Saturday, we weren't going to be going away. So just stuff like that, I can kind of pad the books a little bit here and there to just put a little bit extra on it that I wasn't planning for. Yeah. And then if I feel, at some point for the second half of the year, that same thing is happening where I do have a little bit more time than I thought I would, I can find some places, and I mean, sometimes that might mean doing it for a little bit less than what I normally would. And I tell people up front, like, listen, I wasn't even supposed to be working that weekend, but I can do it for X. This is what I normally do, but I understand this is
Yeah.
last. Mostly people get married last minute. The budget's not going to be big, right? So if I
No,
pick up
no.
any kind of last minute, like within 90 days gigs, I already know that they're not going to be paying my full rate
Yeah.
usually, but I do
Right.
already have that wiggle room mixed into it, you know?
Well, that's good. That's good. That's good. We got some comments coming in. You want to catch
Yeah.
them real quick? I don't want to cut you off of your flow.
No,
You were
no, you got them.
cooking.
They're in the Facebook group.
All right, let's see. Michelle says, wish Mike would come to the Comedy Cabana in Myrtle Beach. Michelle, if you get a contact from the Comedy Cabana, let me know, and I'll let Mike know. Matter of fact, my aunt, who books entertainment back in Cheraw, South Carolina for different things, she's booked the chairman of the board before, said she wanted to get in contact with Mike as well. So that's what we do here. That's what we do here. Ashley Kennedy says, I've started practicing singing again and in different genres other than country to start
Yeah.
singing. Yeah, singing on stages again. That's awesome, Ashley. That's awesome. Yeah, we always encourage though. We got a lot of musicians, artists, producers in this group, so we always encourage that. Michelle says, enjoy your day, gentlemen. Need to get productive with errands. Michelle, thank you for being here. It was great to see you Sunday at the concert in Holden Beach. Let's see. James says, my goal was to release specific music and it to be a stepping stone for better opportunity. So far, I have reached my goal. Hey, James, that's great. To a point where I have to set some new goals based on those previous goals being met. I am grateful for that. Can we hit the applause? Can we hit the applause?
For sure.
Our
That's
new
what we're
applause. We got
talking
a new
about.
console.
No, I'm not using the new one. This is still the old one.
Oh, the old one?
I'm
Okay,
not
with the
using it.
old
Yeah, I
applause.
unplugged
All
it.
right.
I had to
Josh
pack the
Walker
new
is
one up
here.
because I have to take it with me this afternoon.
Okay. Josh Walker is here. DJ Sticks. I was just
What up?
talking about you, bro, and having an opportunity to chop with you a little bit on the 4th of July down in Charleston. Thank you so much for coming through and saying greeting and hanging out for a little bit. See, Ashley says, good luck with your goals, James. And Michelle says, will do, Midas. Thank you. Yeah, man. Yeah. So that's great, man.
No, I
That's
like that
awesome.
idea. I like
And
that
James is
idea of hitting the reset and making a new goal halfway through the year because now you've already,
already
you've
knocked it
already
out.
exceeded. So now let's make
Yeah.
a new goal and just keep on pushing yourself. Keep on pushing
Yeah,
yourself. I love
James.
it. Instead of being like, I hit my goal, I'm good. Keep pushing it.
Yeah, just
Keep pushing it.
relax, Nah, that's
Yeah.
good. And James, drop your Spotify links in the chat while we're here. Because if you just get 1, 2, 3 more followers, and he's been dropping a lot of music, ladies and gentlemen. He gave me the opportunity to name one of his singles, which Don't Wake Me, and he's got all types of EDM, I guess, of trance music, and it's great for if you're around the house cleaning or if you're riding in your car, and I always just create my own storylines in my mind to the music, that he makes. So it's good stuff. So yeah, and anybody who has anything link wise, page wise, you want to drop in the comments, feel free to do so. Yeah. Brian says, didn't
What
plan
about
on it,
you,
but looks
man?
like I was just going to catch up with Brian's comment real quick. Didn't plan on it, but looks like I am getting close to that 70 event mark for the year. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we can hit the applause one more time.
Absolutely. There's only one of you, and you're gonna be somewhere 70 times. That's amazing,
Yeah, that must mean you have what do you call it? Subcontractors, right?
No, that means he's doing more than just Saturdays.
Okay.
There's only 52 Saturdays. So
Yeah, see, I'm thinking
up some
so. Okay,
Fridays,
so
some
some
Sundays.
might be
That's right.
Sundays. Got you.
Yeah.
But he could be. I don't know. We don't want to dig in your business. We don't want to pocket watch.
We do.
We do. We kind of want to pocket watch.
I pocket watch Brian all the time.
Yeah. But
He's
for
transparent
myself,
about what's in his pockets. I love it.
oh, he says just him. Okay.
Yeah.
What I will say, man, is I've been very busy. The range of things I do covers guys, a few different things from the chairman of the board and the executives to my band, Mellow Groove. If we're not giving you, as far as Mellow Groove is concerned, if we're not giving you the full 5-piece band, we'll do 3-piece to fit people's budgets and things like that. Being a minister of music at church every Sunday. Then there's weddings I play sometimes. There's funerals that unfortunately, that's probably my least favorite type of gig. You know what I mean? But I mean, even this past summer, like people have actually had told their family, like, I want Jerry, to play my funeral and stuff. And then
Mhm.
people still tell me that right now while they're still alive, but I digress. So I've been very busy, man. I mean, uh, and then when I get very busy and I may feel a little winded or a little overwhelmed, I just think back to 2020 when COVID came out,
Mhm.
and COVID's still here, guys. I mean, some people are even, I don't want to get political, but Joe Biden just got COVID a week or so ago. So COVID's still here. But once upon a time in 2020, everything was shut down. And as a musician, as a creator or entertainer, you couldn't do anything, and we had to get creative then to just make a few dollars. I remember doing
Mhm.
the live shows, Brandon Stevens and I, on Facebook, Quarantunes. During quarantine, we did Quarantunes uh every Friday night for an hour for virtual tips. So been very busy, man. August is looking a little bit more open. I'm coming out of the summer from being super super busy, mainly with the chairman of the board and the executives. But that aspect is calming down for the month of August a little bit. But what I'm doing now is even talking with my Mellow Groove brothers and everything in group text. I'm filling in dates, being proactive. Okay, we got,
Mhm.
so it's like I try not to miss any possible opportunities weekly, even though I may be busy. And also this year, I started releasing music to streaming platforms as a just a solo artist. My whole thing with that is like I've always made music. Uh, Never really released anything to DSPs. I would do, we would do the shows locally, performing and things like that. Yes, the renaissance for creators. That's a fact, Patrick. Yeah, yeah. Patrick, put your website in the chat also, which is I encourage all creators of music, whether you're artist, producer, musician, to check him out. He has a wonderful app called Collabs, which he's trying to well, I'm not gonna say trying, it allows people to collab, through Wi-Fi, computer, microphone, whatever. We
Mhm.
don't have to be in the same studio, but check his website out. But anyway, so I've been exploring that. Our question oftentimes, I remember we had Rhonda Badikian on our show, and I actually had a chance to chat with her during That's My Story, and we always trying to figure out streams. And shout out to Patrick, he interned with Rhonda, and he's got his own publishing company that he's doing and everything. So my thing is, when we ask people how do streams work exactly, from the amount of streams to the payout, I started exploring that this year, and I checked my analytics yesterday. I think I first released my first piece of music like the end of January, and I think I looked at my analytics. I'm at almost 13,500 streams since then. So thank you all if you ever took a
Mhm.
listen to my music, to
Yeah.
the music that
Yeah.
I've been
Absolutely.
releasing, and Patrick and I have been chopping about some things. Yeah, yeah, man. So I decided that was going to be a way for me to kind of get a better feel, even though we won't know specifically, or to the penny or to the percentage of a penny, you know. But that's something that I kind of took on to kind of further familiarize myself with, and then meeting him, and he's got some wonderful Patrick. Speaking of, he's got some wonderful ideas for artists and producers to help them get more of that. So we got some things
Yeah.
that we got in cooking that we're gonna try out and things like that, man. So ultimately I have no complaints. I'm pretty satisfied, with how the year has been going thus far. I'm looking forward to finishing out the rest of the year. I'm also looking forward to a little bit of downtime in August, which is perfect because school is starting back. But like I
Mhm.
said, I'm also filling in my calendar as we speak. I was rearranging some stuff and engaging with some bookings the last couple of days, already working on filling in a little bit of that open space in August. So yeah, all is well,
Yeah.
man. All is well.
That's what's up, man. That's kind of what we do. Just figure out where we can fill in. Like I said, we were already, ahead of plan anyway for the first part of the
Hmm.
year, and then pick up a couple extra things here and there, like the thing with Court Cooks and Books. I wasn't planning
Yeah,
on the wedding last weekend. Wasn't planning on, so it's a little bit here
yeah.
and there, and then once mid August hits, it's
Hmm.
pew out of here. So
Yeah, and speaking of
that's when
course,
we
cooks and
start getting busy. Again
yeah,
mid August. So get
yeah,
all these
yeah.
little
The second
vacations
half.
out the way, little
Hmm.
one shots here and there, and then we just going to blast off.
Yeah, man. And speaking of courts, cooks, and books, my summertime schedule has been so busy. Along with Brandon, we do a duo act there. We haven't even played there. It's
Hmm.
been a couple months, but we'll be there in August. And
Yeah.
and the downtime, not being on the road as much, gives us an opportunity to do local stuff where we can go play
Hmm.
the gig, and you only got to drive 10 minutes
Yeah.
as opposed to 3.5 hours of ride a van for
Yeah.
3.5, 4 hours and do the
Yeah.
show and then come home. And even this past Sunday, ran into like a crazy storm on the way home. As we're traveling on the van. But some nights, ladies and gentlemen, we with the chairman of the board, we only stay overnight somewhere if we got to play somewhere the next day, or we
Hmm.
just getting home is too far away to come home. But there's some nights you don't get back home till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. And some of
Yeah.
those are Saturday nights, and I got to get up and play at church on Sunday. So with that being said, downtime from that aspect, I appreciate, I can play more local stuff. Don't have that far to drive, play the gig, and you right around the corner from your house. So yeah,
Love
but
that.
it's all about balance. All about balance. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful that I get to do what I'm gifted at doing and what I love to do, and be compensated to the point where I can pay my bills, I can take care of
So
my kid and take care of myself. And if you look
that's
at me, I
it.
don't think I look like I'm missing any meals just yet. So I'm,
Not
th-
missing any
I'm
meals
thankful,
or
man.
haircuts. We good.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, I got my hair retwisted last Thursday finally for the first time in a couple of months because it's
Hmm.
been that busy. Been
Yeah.
that busy. Shout out to Miss Katrina Mack at Ultra Care,
Yeah.
man. I like to go like once a month, but it was like,
Hmm.
yeah, like a 2 month stint before I could get back in there. So, but that's what it's all
Right.
about, man. So I dare
That's what
not
it
complain.
is.
Like I said, those times where I'm super busy, I just think back to 2020 where we just at the house all day trying to figure out how to get $1, and we're gonna
Hmm.
figure it out. we go, we, we gonna
Yeah.
figure out how to get it. But yeah, so definitely grateful, man.
Check
Definitely
in with the
grateful.
people one more time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What we got? Let's see. Okay, let me. Yeah, we don't want to hold y'all all day. Okay, let's see. Ashley Kennedy says, "Man of many talents, famous."
Hey.
My mom says only Jerry Midas Hardison would say that. What part, Mom? I don't remember what part, but it's cool. She says a funeral is a service, and people appreciate your ability to comfort them during a difficult time in their lives. You are right. You are right, Ma. I agree with that 100%. 100%. Okay. Juan's been doing great. I've seen some of his posts. Need some
Yeah.
money to go. Need too soon. That's from Ashley. Yeah, y'all please check out Mr. Juan Velasquez, cruise planner, his podcast, The Travel People, that Famous is the producer of. Everybody's shaking and baking. James says he has an amazing app that is so good. It's like you are in the same room with other musicians in other
Hmm.
locations. Yeah, he demoed the app for me, and I'm still learning it and things like that, man. Matter of fact, Patrick and I are going. We jumping on a call tomorrow with the legendary Ken Knox, band leader, the chairman of the board, to get a
Shout
little
out to
bit more
Ken
familiar.
Knox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The best band
Mr.
leader in the
Summer.
world. You sometimes you open your envelope and it'd be a little extra in there.
Hmm.
Holiday wise and things like, or just in general, if there's a little bit more to go around, you don't even know until you open the envelope. So we appreciate him and all how he looks out for us, and even down to my son. When my son has a birthday, a good grades, he takes care of him. Let's see. James says only one kid left in school for me. The other two are working and making goals happen too. They are
That's a
also
good
setting
deal.
and achieving goals. It's great how such positive influence can bring more positive with others in your own family or in a community. Yes,
Hmm.
James. Brian says we eat
Love
good.
it.
Oh, Mom said a pocket watch.
Yeah.
Brought us through that dark time. Amen to that. Uh, James says yes. Mom says cousin Ken Knox is the best. Yes, so they got this thing going on. They refer to each other as cousins. You know, I think it happened. I don't know. I think it started when my family came out to the Pecan Festival in Florence, I believe, and they all came out to see us perform. They come out whenever we're close by, whether it be Florence or even in Sherrall, South Carolina, my hometown, or the Watermelon Festival in Pageland. We've had the opportunity to play, and they had some great watermelon tea there. I need to get those people in Pageland to make me some more of that.
Well, you missed the festival. It was this past weekend.
It was this past weekend?
Yeah.
You know, I was going. We didn't play it this year, and that's the thing too. Yeah. People expect us sometimes to play the same festivals every year. Some of them we play
that's
every
not how
year.
It works.
It's not, and then there's new opportunities that come, and oftentimes if they don't book you right away after you play that festival, then it's slim pickings that you'll probably be back, because we get offers in at such a high rate. As far as the chairman of the board is concerned, we'll be by the end of this year, most of the 2025 calendar going to already be built in on our Google Calendar. So,
that's right.
But
that's
we can't be everywhere.
I've already started 26 bookings, man. 26 bookings. Sometimes I regret the first one that I booked for 26. I was thinking, man, my price is going to go up twice before this wedding comes. I'm not going to feel like doing this.
Yeah, but
it's all good.
Yeah, but you got to lock them in, and that's guaranteed. That's a guaranteed payment, and that's I guess that would be the convenience of booking early. Like you get if I need you at 2026, but it's 20. Let me go ahead and lock in at this rate. And more companies should do that. You know what I mean?
They should.
Yeah, if you were a corporation, you would go up on the rate by 2026, like, because corporations don't care about the relationship. So you can book with a corporation in 2024, then they'll send you a little email or a letter. Mr. Bizel, we are aware that you have booked with us, in 2024 for this date in 2026, but now our prices are this. Would you like to proceed?
No way, Jose. No way. What you got coming up this week, man?
This week, man, I'm going to Rocky Mount. This week is kind of laid back, which I'm thankful for. Going to Rocky Mount, North Carolina